Hello, students. It's good to see you all. Before we explain anything about today, I'd like to have two readers. You each have the sheet of paper that I have up on the screen as well. Can I have someone read the sentence with number 1? Okay. Absolutely right. We had been talking on the phone, but a monster attacked me. Oh my. Before we get into that, someone to read number 2? Wonderful. Okay, yes. She had been flying an airplane when suddenly it broke. Oh dear. Okay, so as the paper asks, which one do you think is realistic? Which one do you think is silly? Okay, and why? I understand. And you feel differently? Okay. Well, today we are going to be writing sentences in exactly the same way. But you don't get to write the entire sentence. Now, we want to practice what we use the past perfect progressive for. And of course, there are 3 parts to the past perfect progressive, just like the screen and your paper show. It is past. We always use the verb have, so what is the past of that? Exactly, had. It is perfect. In this case, we use been. So, I had been. She had been. Great thing about the past tense. It's always had. Easy to remember. And then it's progressive. Can you guys read or come up with some examples of the progressive? Yes, just like the paper says, eating. Dreaming, that's one I didn't think of. Very nice. So when we look at these 2 examples that we've had you read, they follow that same formula. Had been progressive. I would like each of you to get 3 strips of paper, and for each sheet of paper, you are only writing the first half of the sentence. You end with a comma. Now remember, can someone read just the very beginning of this paper for me about past perfect progressive is often? Okay. It's used to show something in the past, but was moving and continuing and continuing and continuing. Within that ongoing progressive past event, one interrupting past action occurred. So this is our past ongoing action, and somewhere in there, maybe at the beginning, maybe at the end, a different past action started. So you are writing 3 phrases that will say what was happening, comma, but that is it for right now. Now, the goal is to try to make both the most realistic and most silly options, but you do not get to choose what ending goes with what beginning. Go ahead and write those. You have these examples, but think of different verbs. Show off a little. Okay, please turn them all in. All right, now I have all your strips. I do not want you to think of what you wrote. This is done. But now it is your turn to write 3 more phrases for after the comma. You wrote the ongoing past event. Now you give a past action, something very funny and silly, or something very realistic, okay? And let's look at these 2 examples. How do they transition and introduce it? They can use but, they can use when suddenly. There are more ways to transition, but for today, let's only choose but or when suddenly. Okay, take your time and write those, please. All right, and turn them in. Okay, now I'd like everybody to come and I will be handing out strips randomly to you. And your job is to combine them in the funniest way possible. You are going to form groups of 2 or 3, so I will call your names to have you come up, and I will pass those out. If you do not like one of your strips, I will have a few extras. You can trade with me for a different phrase. After you decide your favorite funny sentence and your favorite silly sentence, please use your blank piece of paper to put them on, and then we will post them. You'll notice that you have stickers. You can use those stickers to put them on the paper. We will also use the stickers to vote. We have done that in class before. All right, get into your groups of 2 or 3 as I call you up. Then you can go to any of your groups areas to work. All right, everybody, you've posted yours. Let's have you take your stickers and vote. Let's see, you can vote on your 2 favorite. But first, before you vote on it, you must read it aloud to the other person or the other 2 people in your group. And the votes are in. Can I have the group that shows funny sentence come up and read it to the class? And let's do that with the rest. Thank you, everyone.